How laughable was it to you when Liver King said he was on All Night?
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, we all knew.
Even to me, it was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, he's
how red that motherfucker is all the time. Like,
all right, so apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, UFC legend Mr. Masvidal has retired.
He retired.
That's what he said.
That's a real. He really retired.
He really retired.
What was the reason? He got old.
Some of the internet saying it's because the Drake curse striked again.
Nah, bro. Masvidal's been fighting for so long and at the highest level for so long.
Are you a Masvidal fan?
I like him. Yeah.
I'm a big Masvidal fan. I'll be brave enough to admit it.
I was after he humbled himself.
Nah, dude.
What? Wait.
Who said what?
I was after he humbled his ass. Like he humbled himself after he lost. After Ben Askren, who did he lose to?
Usman.
Usman, he got knocked the fuck out.
Is it because Askren lost to fucking Paul? So he was like, you know what? If I can't be...
No, he remember he flying kneed him in the face? Remember that one?
It was like one of the fastest KOs.
That was the fastest KO ever, I think, right? But yeah, no, early in his career, man, he was a killer. Yeah. And I think he got famous a little later in his career. If he got a little more famous, like in the middle... Man, he had some great fights.
Like the amount of miles that's on him, because he started in like the Kimbo Slice backyard days.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
So
that's right.
That was hella long ago.
He has had a fuck ton of fights, sanctioned or not sanctioned. So he's just been in the game for a long time, and I think professional fights even. What was it, like 50 or something?
I think like 50 fights.
50 fights.
30 something in like 12 or something.
Damn, so he's pretty old for that world then.
Yeah.
And I think towards his last couple of fights, he's dealing with injuries. He's dealing with. Like as you're getting older, it's harder to make the weight, and there's just a lot more complications. And then the people that he's fighting are coming up really hungry and strong. So I think for him, it's time to like check out.
Yeah, he knew he only had like a fight or two left, and
yeah.
How often is UFC in Miami, where he's from? And
yeah,
he's just like I want to retire out of my town. Yeah. He knew he had nothing left.
He had to do that.
Did he announce he was going to retire before the fight?
He did. He said if he can't get it done, he's going to retire.
Because he wanted to do the title fight. Because the current champ he has a really good storyline with the current champ. So he had to beat this guy to get the title shot.
Who's the current champ?
His name is Leon Edwards. He's a British lad.
A British lad.
Yeah, he's Jamaican.
And the good story is he socked him up backstage before.
Yeah, they were like talking shit and like punched him in the face. And it was like that's when Masvidal started getting really famous.
Because I give him 2 pieces in a soda.
Yeah, with a 3-piece and a soda.
3 pieces of soda.
And he just punched him, bah, 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 and then cut him open. And that was like the whole storyline. And that's when everyone was like, dude, Masvidal's sick. He's gangster. He's like Scarface, dude. Everybody loved that. They call him Street Jesus. You know
yeah. That's the part that kind of sucks sometimes where like you have that really juicy story. And actually that would make a great fight because Masvidal is a really good striker. Leon Edwards is a really good striker. So it would be an amazing fight to watch. But to get there, he had to fight Gilbert Burns, who's the best jiu-jitsu guy, like one of the best jiu-jitsu guys in the UFC. So it's almost as if he has to fight a tougher and harder and potentially less entertaining fight to get to to complete the story. But he wasn't able to get past.
And it would have been a great storyline if he did it.
Yeah.
But then again, like you see Masvidal the last fight, you're like, he's still great.
He's slow.
Yeah, but he's like, he doesn't look as sharp as he used to. Because we've seen him fight so many times before. We have a good, accurate assessment of like how good Masvidal is, what he looks like. And this fight, you're like, he just doesn't look.
He got tired.
All there, you know. But I think it's the old age and the miles. And he's like, he's building all these other businesses.
Yeah, like he said, he's like, I hope, like, you know, I had a great career and like, this is the best way for me to go out.
Yeah.
He's like, I have to do what I wanted to do. It started from nothing. And now I get to live the rest of my life.
He did mention that he's a multimillionaire too, and that's starting from nothing.
He's gonna be a legend, bro. He's gonna be a legend.
Because he can afford to retire. A lot of fighters can't.
Yeah, seriously. He set himself up.
How does it feel though to retire like on a loss?
I don't know. I think in a sport, I don't know. I think
most people do. I think.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Especially in fighting. Fighting is tough, bro. Like you got to get out early. You kind of have like what Habib did. He got out like right when he was.
He's one of the rare ones.
Yeah.
But didn't he only have so many fights realistically in this?
Nah, he had a ton, man.
Yeah, but even the greats, they start I mean, like Pacquiao. He's been losing, and then he just... I don't know if he's fully retired, but...
You know what it is? It's just hard to cash out at the right time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean.
He cashed out right at the peak. And he was like, this is it. Yeah, could he have gone back and fought 5 more fights? Probably in one.
Yeah.
He could probably be 35-0 right now. He's kind of still proving he's like the best guy. But he's like, in fighting, dude, your brain damage. Like that's
that's crazy.
the training for a fight. That's the hardest part, really. Like that's when you really get fucked up. People like, and then you fight, and then you get damaged even more. You get concussion. You get cuts over your eyes. It's like there's no way to live, dude. That's why Conor, he's out. That's why he doesn't. He kind of comes in, dips his toes in.
But he made his millions.
He has a Lamborghini yacht.
Multi-millions, yeah.
You know, like what is that?
I know.
He has a fight though, doesn't he? Coming up?
Yeah, but
That might be his last time.
who knows?
He's all super wide now.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think? Hey, what do you think about Conor? You think
Have you
that
seen him
dude-
recently?
GH shit?
You think he's on
Do
something?
you think? Yeah, he looks.
He got steroid face now. He kind of his face
It's
looks
all
like.
bloated looking. He looks juicy as.
He like lost his neck.
Yeah, he's probably taking some GH, I would say.
Because there was a controversy with Conor going back into fighting, right? Because
Yeah.
when you go back, you have to go back in the
USADA pool.
drug testing pool, and you need 6 months.
I'm going to say this, and I don't care that it's on record. I know a lot of guys that their jobs, and they sign NDAs and everything, are to literally help athletes cheat.
Yeah,
I know, like,
That's their profession.
yeah, they're literally colleagues of mine.
it's a good gig.
How does one hypothetically help an athlete cheat?
You just,
What's a job title?
you know, a sports scientist. That's my title. So
tight.
you know what performance-enhancing drugs to take that will not, whatever testing metric they use, because not everybody uses USADA or WADA or whatever it may be. You just know how to beat that, basically. You know what esters, so an ester is like the length of time that a compound will stay in the system, actually. So you
What a
know what
clean
esters
girl.
to take.
True.
And that's
Yes,
your
he-
Or like the performance enhancing things that's undetectable, like ginseng.
Sure.
Get ginseng and ashwagandha, bro.
What about rhino's horn?
There are things that are a lot more beneficial than that aren't.
Cordyceps.
Cilantro.
So yeah, he's on stuff.
He's on it.
Oh shit!
So are half the athletes in California that play basketball and whatever.
So
else.
like, if
Damn.
But they is it like dosing them correctly and knowing like what to do, so even if they get a random test, it's undetectable?
a lot of that.
Yeah.
And honestly, in those types of scenarios, it's not random.
Because I heard that in the Olympics, everybody,
There's somebody telling you.
you get a.
Oh yeah. It's,
Because I heard like in Olympics, it's like everyone does it, but then everyone also.
well, those athletes are on a 4-year cycle, so it's a lot easier actually. Those are the athletes that are the easiest to help cheat. Oh. 4-year cycle, like you bring in. That's why China does it the way they do. Like you'll see, like, do you know Lao Hoi? He came in. He was like a weightlifter. Nobody knew who the fuck he was until like 2012 or something like that. Because he was one of the four athletes that they had basically on the back burner, where they were just gassing them the fuck up, getting them strong as hell. And then the athletes that were current were like, boop, they swapped them out. And like these guys were gassed to the gills, but now they're just natural. But they're training with those same numbers, and then they go to the Olympics, and it's like, whoa, holy shit, that guy's really strong, first place.
So they just have to like.
China and Russia are the same.
They just have to cut out the like steroids before it's in a testable time period or something.
Sometimes that. Sometimes you can take things to mask things. Sometimes you can just like have it in basically all the way up to the competition if it's the correct ester, and like you'll never know that it was in your system.
Is there any natural athletes that are just phenoms and they're good?
Absolutely.
Really?
Oh yeah, tons. Especially like people who are first coming up in like the UFC and shit. Those types of guys. Those are
like Yoel Romero.
legit real killers. Yeah, they're insane. But then they go through their career and they're like, I'm not keeping up with that guy. There's a reason for that.
How many people though, like in that professional athletic any industry though, is like you would want to stay natural, but then when you look at your fellow competitors and like to hold up to that level, you're like, fuck, I might as well as.
There's probably a lot of pressure, like
Right?
especially like he was talking about with Samoans and how, or Polynesians, I guess, in the NFL and stuff. They're so fucking big, so athletic, and so strong naturally that some of them probably have never touched anything in their lives. But then you get like a fat white guy from Missouri, like somebody I went to high school with or something. They're like, this guy's kicking my ass. What do I do to keep up with him? Like, yeah, they're gonna fucking start taking some shit.
Yeah.
Like, so that's probably a lot of pressure.
Jobs on the line, right?
Damn, yeah.
That's everything.
Damn.
Yeah, you see everybody else doing it. Like, how do you not?
I wonder if that's how mathletes feel like they're all on Adderall.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Know, like,
I need to compete.
yeah, they're like, there's no way. Yeah.
Can you look at somebody and be like, you're on some shit?
For the most part. Like, for the most part.
What am I on?
Yeah, what about
But
Bart?
also, no. Like,
What am I on?
Show him the
So
tits.
how laughable was it to you when Liver King said he was on all night?
oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, we all knew. Like,
Even to me, it was hilarious.
yeah, I mean, he's
How red that motherfucker is all the time. Like,
Well, I sent you Liver King, and I was like, is he on steroids? Because he claims he's just eating liver all day, but I don't have the steroid eyes.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't know. Like Bart immediately was like, yeah, the shoulders, the abs, or whatever. And I'm like, I wouldn't know.
You saw the specific stack he was on, right? Like,
yeah, it's insane.
is it like way too much for someone to be?
Absolutely, he's way too fucking small for being on all that shit.
You should be bigger.
So at that point, like, what are the consequences for him? Like, is he probably gonna die sooner? Like, if he continues?
Yeah, I mean, the higher your anabolic androgenics are, like you're taking time off your life.
But he's gonna die buffer.
Yeah.
But he'll die in a big box. Not really. He's,
and
With a
richer.
V cut.
And the,
Extra large coffin.
yeah, that's a big coffin.
A wide coffin. Can I get that coffin wide, please?
I've seen guys
Like a bunion
that
shoe.
get off of it, and then they shrink like crazy, and then they look like a different person.
for sure.
What the hell? What, that's crazy.
So cutting steroid use, can you go back to completely normal, healthy? Like,
I mean, it depends on what you mean. Because there's even just with lifting weights, you already experienced a lot of this, but like actual cardiac hypertrophy, so your heart actually growing is a thing, and steroids can actually kind of increase that even more. So there are things that happen to you internally that you're not going to reverse yet. Western medicine's fixing that slowly but surely. Like, we might all just live forever.
Steroids make your heart bigger?
Yeah, but so does training with weights. Like, athlete heart is like when you have left ventricular hypertrophy. You just want to mitigate that as much as possible, which is like routine ultrasounds and shit are a good idea.
So even
Yeah.
without just being natural, like athletes, they have big hearts.
Yeah, you can get a lot of that because I mean it's pumping more than most people because you're actually active.
So is that a good thing?
No, you don't want a lot of it.
Suddenly Bart's concerned.
I was like, yeah, that's a good thing. Bigger heart, bigger biceps, dude. Come on. It's all linked. Sorry, Jared. I'll
Take it from here. He's got it.
pumps more blood out. Come on.